Hello and Merry Christmas week. It's Christmas Eve today, and my family is already getting pretty into it and doing some festivities today. But I wanted to hop on and update you guys on a few things that have been going on in my life. I haven't checked in with you guys in a while. So what's happened since I believe I chatted with you last was I've completed now 2 rounds of chemotherapy solely. So I'm not doing radiation and chemo. It's just the chemo, and it's the chemo that I've taken at night for bed, ultimately. So when I go to bed, I take the chemo medicine, and it's in my system that whole night. Now, this past month, December, right, finishing literally on Friday, a few days ago, I was on 300 milligrams of chemotherapy medication. And that's doubled how much I was on in November, and I can feel it. This has been one of the rougher weeks I would say I've had outside of the recovering from brain surgery. That was obviously a really tough session, tough couple of weeks to heal from that process. Very tough few days, a few weeks, I'd say, in the radiation and chemo treatment, right, for that 6.5 total time. But I did a pretty good job. If you remember those videos, I came off pretty strong, pretty hard, with that exhaustion built into it. But this chemo week, these 5 days, have kicked my butt. I have felt very nauseous all the time. Almost every meal I've had like no appetite, or started eating and then gagged right away. When it's food that I love, food that I eat all the time, it has nothing to do with like particularness and now becoming a pickier eater. It's just nausea. And I would say higher fatigue than I've ever had. I've never needed to take like hours and hours and hours of naps on the weekends. So if we had any activities, like yesterday we met up with some friends for church, and then we had some lunch, and then I came home and I had a very long nap. So I get hit pretty hard in terms of energy. Sometimes I don't even have energy to do those activities. So sharing all of this with you just to get a heads up if you've never experienced kind of chemotherapy, or a buddy with cancer or family member with cancer, that's what it's like. It's tough, tiring, fatiguing, my body's hurt everywhere, and very nauseating, impacting my appetite, which I like to eat. So that's a big deal to me. Also, so that's the majorest update. The next time I will have information is when I come back from Mexico. So we're going to Mexico for my brother, his wedding, for our destination wedding in January, and then I come home and I do my MRI, which will give us details on what's the progress with chemotherapy, how has it been treating that brain tumor of yours. So I'll give you all updates when I get back, but definitely prayers for me between now and the MRI, since it will be out of country and will also include moving back into our townhouse, due to the remodeling happening and the house come back together after it's been completely destroyed from the water heater explosion, pretty much, and major damage at our house. So that's also an exciting thing. So we have all these events happening. I need prayers. Right now I feel good. Today's been a blessing, thanks to the Lord for caring for me, but it's been pretty rough the days prior, and so I want to make sure that I'm still feeling good moving forward. So if you would like to give me some support, I would appreciate it. But the one other major update that I wanted to give you all is on our benefit. So the Bend It for Bates event that my friend Blair, Jen, and Lexi have been hosting for me. They are still hosting, but have combined with my bodybuilding coach, Mike Bjornson, and his wife, Katie Bjornson. And they're doing a combined event benefit for me, which is incredible, along with another gal. I apologize, I don't know her name right now. But Mike's family, I believe, who's struggling tremendously with her own storm. But we will be, instead of going to the Muse on a Thursday event, which can be complicated and challenging for a lot of people's schedules, because at 5:30 on a Thursday, not everyone can be there immediately. So we're moving it to a Saturday, so Saturday, January 25th. It's from 9 a.m. to 12. so noon, and we're going to be having a few workout classes, some nutrition classes, because those two things are the most important things to me. So Katie and Mike will be leading those. We will also have, again, those workout classes are completely optional. Feel free to come without wanting to or needing to exercise. If you want to try something new, they're both fantastic people to learn from. I worked with Mike for years, so I know what he has up his sleeve and how awesome it can be. But anyways, there's also still silent auctions, just like prior, where we were setting up for the Bend It for Baits event. And also a partnership still with Strong Storm Co. We'll be selling their bracelets there, and my t-shirts will be for sale there as well. So no longer access to buy them online in advance, because you no longer need to buy tickets. It doesn't cost any money to get into the event, the donation benefit event we're having, that's what it's called. But you can donate if you'd still like to. You can shop if you'd just still like to support me. You can buy a t-shirt, bracelet, whatever you'd prefer. So this is the information. It's also all on the Facebook page if you have been invited to that. If you have specific questions on the address, what to do, what to come with, whatever you want to ask questions about, feel free to always reach out to either me, whether you have my cell phone number, you want to message me on social media, or you want to email benefits or batesbenefit at gmail.com, and that's where you will get in touch with Jen and Blair specifically for the event, or feel free to ask Mikey if you know him too. He knows everything about Lifetime and has done events like this in the past for other people who he works with who are struggling. So Merry Christmas to everybody who watches this. That's why I wanted to pop on and give you an update so you can plan for this event. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.